G'day, my name is CJ from CJ Aussie Nerfer. I'm here with Sweet Pete. Take it away, Sweet.
Hey, boys.
So I've just got it to his place at about 6:50 in the morning. Very long drive, don't ask why. So just throw my shit in the back. We're now making our way to Bendigo, picking up another mate of ours and straight over to McDumble.
Hopefully no snow this time.
Yeah, I actually drove through some snow for the first time and I was shitting myself. Brown bricks, don't ask.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yes, we are heading over to Hamburger Hill, correct?
Yep, that's it.
Hamburger Hill, and it's going to be fucking interesting. So stay tuned. Alrighty, let's do this. Alright. G'day. My name is CJ from CJ Aussie Nerfer. Obviously, it's Sweet Pete.
Howdy.
Now we're going to be doing a quick overall as to today's event over at Hamburger Hill. It was a pretty cold day, I have to say.
Cold, rainy, miserable. The perfect day for battle.
Ching! We had a total of about 11 people show up, which was fantastic.
Small number, but it was intense.
Big or small, I think overall it's always going to be an interesting day.
Yeah.
It started off really wet. I think we got pelted down with rain on the first game, which was kind of funny. Because my first video that I recorded, can't even show it because you can barely see.
Holy shit!
Yeah, overall it was a very good day. We're exhausted, our feet are numb. We're probably walking on water at this point. Now we're going to be talking of the blaster that I used today, which is the infamous Terminator. Now, I can say positively, she held up. She held up very nicely, and she's actually got some pretty solid kills. There's actually there's all the videos I've recorded with her winning this. Fantastic. Until the last game of LST, which is Large Scale Tactics.
That's right.
A catastrophic failure has occurred. Unfortunately, she can now no longer able to fire due to the actual screw that holds the trigger in place, the post being ripped off from continuous stress of priming, which is, it's a disaster. It's $160, come on. It's gone now, it's absolutely useless. Now, you don't have my word for it. My friend here, Sweet Pete, has actually tried it on the field a little bit, and I wanted to try to get everyone's personal opinion as to what they say about this blaster. And I wasn't able to record everyone, but I have this lovely gentleman, this handsome devil here, so he can able to give his honest opinion about this blaster. Because remember, he didn't buy it, he used it on the field, probably just only one game at most. And he has his final verdict as to this blaster. Take it.
Right, so I love Worker. They make a whole bunch of really cool stuff that is very cheap. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they're doing the hobby a favor in some ways. So I'm going to bias against them. But this thing is hot garbage. From what CJ said about how he's dealt with this thing to make it actually prime at all, and the kinds of gymnastics you need to do to continue to make it prime, not good. The log shot that he's got, aside from this one, 16 kilos, this one's 16 kilos. The other one, primes like a dream, like you would imagine. 16 kilos is not a lot, unless you're very small, in which case, RIP in peace. Nice. This, about 8 times harder to prime with the same spring rate.
Now do keep in mind as well that when I received this blaster, there was no instructions given at all. When I received it, not Dean's fault at all, which is Blaster Tech who I brought it from. Worker did not send the instructions at all to me as to, you know, that I had to lubricate this thing to the pits of hell and back just to make this thing prime. Now, believe it or not, the actual rain helped it prime a little bit smoother than with the lubricant. But as Pete said, it's hot garbage now. It's terrible. And this is this is a critical error, probably in the design. When Worker released a video of the Terminator with this exact kit, other than just the barrel, it's a little different, it was advertised and was shown to be using the Worker 18 kilo spring. This is a Turf 16 kilo. Now, I know for the fact Turf is stronger, advertise it weaker than it actually is, but this is a pretty old spring. This has gone a few workhorses, and it's probably down to exactly the kilo that it's advertised is. And the trigger has failed. I don't know whether the product was actually stress test to the levels that us guys in the wasteland, like, we don't bugger around with these blasters. It has a reputation of the event, takes all, and gives nothing back. This blaster was taken.
I wouldn't recommend calling the event on that though, because although Wasteland takes away and doesn't give back, this blaster was going to fail. It was like the trigger binding under lighter spring pressure than it's recommended that you can use. Binding to the point where it will snap the the screw boss off, so it can't even function properly, and misses the mark when you try to use it. Starts catching and binding without the screw post. Like that's no good. That is no good, and that adds to a pile of problems where it's no good.
And it's not just the trigger where we had the problem. A lot of the other guys at today's event, today was a long shot dominance day. No kidding. 98% of the folks on today was running long shots, and all of them had the exact same negative about this blaster, was the mag well.
Yeah, let me just grab a mag.
Yeah. Oh, there's a shredder dart in there. Look at that. That's what Wasteland gives you back.
Free darts. Woohoo! Right, so here's a Worker hex mag. Meant to fit, right? Do you want to hold the blaster still?
Yep.
Oh, it only goes if it's perfectly fitting. Yeah, like, if you can put it against the back and then push it in, that's fine. If you're in a hurry, it's not going to work. You're never going to get it in there.
No. And I'll tell you right now, the entire day I was running Talons for this very reason. This funky magwell, and I said funky, not the other word, okay? Clear on that. With this ridiculous magwell design, it is... I don't know what the hell was in Worker's mind and the idea of it. I mean, I get it. It's aesthetically pleasing. But at a cost of that. Come on.
With the Talon mag adapter and Talons, obviously that fixes it, because the Talon mag adapter is a magwell, and it works quite well.
Exactly.
Magwell quite well.
You know, like, as I said, it was definitely a good workhorse once I've obviously used Talons and whatnot. But the failure of the trigger, the failure in the concept of, you know, I have to lube the living daylights out of it just to prime it properly.
And then it still binds, and it's still extremely heavy based on the exact same spring from the exact same system in a regular long shot shell with a pump grip.
The final verdict by both the Wasteland and myself has not changed. It is, don't buy it. It's just don't. It's not a blaster worth your money, because once you use this thing, I guarantee you these problems are going to kick in like that. You're going to have problems with your trigger. You're going to have your problems with your magwell. You're going to have binding problems in every nook and cranny of this blaster. And another thing, flat top. Now, I can understand aesthetically, it looks very nice, but no, I don't like flat tops. Matter of fact, as you can see right now, there's a riser with a red dot, so I can actually physically aim this thing, because this thing it was pretty accurate on the field today.
Yeah, it was actually terrifyingly accurate when it worked.
when it worked, correct. But a flat top, no. This ridiculous, what's supposed to be where you clamp your sling points.
Let me just get a sling. There's one right here.
There's one right here, yeah.
There we go.
Let's demonstrate how terrible this is. This is your standard 1-point sling,
Yeah.
mind you.
Tip it over a bit
Yeah.
so we can see. Look at girth. Absolute girth of the thing.
It's a thick girth. That is, like...
That's meant to be closed.
That's meant to be closed. That's meant to be, properly closed. Now, keep in mind, I have run with this sling, and thank God that it blasted to just go on the ground with it.
Yeah. Good spring pressure in this sling. Highly recommend.
Yeah, we definitely do recommend it. But, yeah, like, it is a terrible blaster. I'm going to be gutting the internals. I'll be taking these internals back out, throwing it back in my exhaust where it belongs. That'll actually work and not feel like I'm priming a 20 kilo turf spring out of hell. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this shell, honestly. It's now a disaster. There's no way of fixing this trigger. There's no way. It's actually broken so far that it's actually stripped the incomplete threads. All the threads are gone. There's no way of fixing this. It's beyond repair now. So, terrible product. I am disappointed in you, worker. You made a great prophecy. You made a decent swordfish. But you finished your note with a shitty reshell of our most favorited long shot.
There's a popular blaster, and it has been ruined.
Ruined. I'm CJ from Aussie Nerfer and Sweet Pete. You can find Sweet Pete in his own YouTube channel, matter of fact. I'll put a link in the description below for you people to see. He has made some fine works. As a matter of fact, there's at least if you can able to find the video that I'm featured in, I will like your comment. So keep that up. So give it a try. But otherwise, I'm CJ Aussie Nerfer.
Sweet Pete.
And I hope to see you again in the next video. Adios!